Alright, so I thought I'd do this quick little videos. We've done videos on us fitting aftermarket DAB FM transmitter radios to our cars, which basically are little separate units with their own little separate DAB aerial. They pick up the DAB radio and then retransmit it on an FM frequency that you can tune your original car radio into. But I think this also applies if you've got a DAB radio that you fitted in your car to replace your aftermarket to replace your original radio with an aftermarket DAB as well. But we wanted to keep the original radios like you can see in this car and still have DAB. So we went down that route. Now, one of the things you'll probably find, and this will even be the case even with a new car of a built-in DAB radio, as far as I know, that if you're using something like a car camera to record your view at the back and the front, and they have a wire that goes to a main supplier's cigarette lighter, they actually send an interference out that seems to affect DAB radios and also satellite navigations and even charging your phones. Now, one of the things we found is routing the camera wire away from any original FM aerial. So if your aerial runs down one particular pillar on the car, then route the wire the other way. So you find out your FM wire at the back goes this way, or at the front if it goes down one of the front pillars, and route the camera wire down the other pillar. That will help with interference quite a bit. But what I've recently found is that one of the other things that people use are these Ferrite Cores, and I've bought these. You buy them in a pack. I think these are a pack of 10. They're not too dear really. I suppose they can mount up. I think it's about £6 or £7 for the very small ones to go over a wire like this, and the bigger ones to go over the thicker wires, which I'll show you in a minute. And what you do is you open them up, and that allows you to leave the wire in, clip it over, and this absorbs the interference. When I first come across these actuals many years ago on a video recorder, and when it went to be repaired, a repair shop, I asked what was on the lead, and they actually unclipped it, and it was one of these, but I'd completely forgot about them. But when I was researching again about improving the DAB signal, I come across these, and I've seen demonstrations of how they can soak up sort of interference from devices, and I know a lot of people in amateur radio use them, and people with sound cards on a PC will find that these will filter out any noise from other devices. But what you found, actually they do seem to work. They're not a miracle cure, but if you've made sure that your camera wires and satellite navigation wires run away from the original FM aerial and don't get near your DAB radio, that does help improve the signal a lot. But what these can do is just fine tune it. So obviously in a really bad poor area, you're still going to lose your DAB signal. But if you're sort of in one of those areas where you get one bar, and we find if you get one bar, it can often break up, whereas having these on just allows that signal to carry on working. And also I think the actual sound quality is slightly clearer as well. For the small amount of money, it's certainly worth trying if you have DAB problems after you've fitted your car sort of camera, or of course, your dash cam basically, or you're using a satellite navigation or charging your phone, and find it's meaning that in weaker signal areas your DAB really breaks up. I think this can help. So basically what you do is you put the wire, what we'll do is show you down here with the smaller wire. Move that little packet out of the way. You put the wire in these, and then you clip it shut like that, and they act as a little filter basically. So you can see there the wire just sits in there, and they've got like a little curved piece for the wire to go through, and it helps filter. So what we do is put one at each end of the cameras. Now some people say it's better to wind the wire around, and I'll show you that on the thicker one on our camera at the front, and that's supposed to help. On these back cameras we've just done it once, because we think that's probably enough at each end. But it is one of those things that even I was watching someone really into using these for amateur radio, you really have to experiment and find what works for you. But as I say, we certainly find they're not a miracle cure, but along with other precautions, they can just help where that signal gets a little bit low. They just allow the DAB to carry on working instead of breaking up just that little bit earlier. So I thought I'd cover it and show you us fitting them. So I'm going to get on and fit these now, and then show you them fitted. Yes, as you can see, that one clips there, and I think they say the nearer you get it to the camera, the better you are. And as they're pretty neat, non-intrusive, and I think it's one of the things you've got very little to lose to try it if you have got a problem with the radio. As I say, we've certainly found it's not a miracle cure like most things aren't, but it does help improve things. So what we do, we get another one fitted to the main end of this and show you the fatter one being fitted as well. Right, so we're now in the front of our Rover 75, and here's the wire that comes from the back camera. I thought I'd show you on this because it's easy, and this is what we mean by double wrapping. So you wrap it round, as you can see, it's the wire goes through there twice. Make sure it's in the grooves, and once again clip it up, and there it is, double wrapped. And they do say this helps, and I think the amount of times you wrap it round can make a difference, but without some sort of signal analyzer on a scope, you're not really going to see that, and I think that's a bit over the top. But I think if you can wrap it round once, it is supposed to help filter out any of that interference that comes down the cable and sort of transmits it into the car and affects your DAB radio, and also probably goes down the cable and into the rest of the electrical system. So we'll get on and put the others on, and I'll show you them on. Right, so this is where we store our little DAB radio that then transmits the FM signal to our original radio that came with the car. And basically, hopefully you can see we've got one we've put on the aerial wire that goes in, and one that goes on the mains lead. So hopefully any interference that's picked up will get absorbed out before it gets to the unit. And as I said, there's probably real technical ways in the ways these should be used, but being they're not overly priced, we've put them on. So as I know, they can't do any harm. They've certainly not made the signal any worse in any of our cars. And of course, that's the little aerial that is in the window screen for those, which actually we find to work as well, because in one of our Metros we actually buy a good Sony aftermarket DAB radio with the aerial that went to outside, and actually that didn't appear to pick up any better than when you fit one of these window screen aerials properly and earth it to the pillar, because I think DAB, as they say, it's either perfect or it breaks up, so you get to a point where it just can't pick it up anymore. So yeah, you can improve with a good aerial, but I think in the sort of case of an older car with what you've got, even an outside aerial doesn't appear to make things that much better. It's more about getting them fitted right and earthed right, and as I said, putting these in does seem to help. So that's those two done. Right, so down here what we use is one of those little splitters. It's worth getting a good quality one, even if you have to pay a little bit extra, but your stuff will stay in there, you won't get fuses blowing and things like that. And as you see, we've put one there on the mains lead. I've pulled that out, we normally have it needs for that so we can show you, and then I've put one on the feed that's coming back from the front dash cam, and also you see that we had that one down there wrapped round as well earlier. And then up on our dash cam at the front, it's always a job with the light coming through. You can see we've got one there. Now, as far as I know, as I said, we've not had any problems with the signal being any worse than that, or worse than it was. If anything, it's improved. It's not a miracle cure, but it does seem to help. And if you look in here, actually, we're getting a full signal, which we couldn't get in this car before. I can't play it because of the music playing, but yeah, we're actually getting a complete full signal, and that's what we find it does. Whereas you often in good areas can up it to full signal instead of one off of the full signal, and in areas where you're only getting one signal, whereas it would keep breaking up, it more or less holds clear, so you only lose the signal when you're really in weak areas, like you would when you would have no dash cams or navigations or phone charging. So we find that it really does help, whether you've got a DAB radio built in a newer car, whether you've put an aftermarket DAB radio in, or whether you use the little FM transmitter radios like we do. These little ferrite filters or ferrite filters do seem to help. So hopefully you found this video useful if you're having problems with your DAB signal in your car due to dash cams, satellite navigation, or even charging your phone. As always, thank you very much for watching, and we look forward to you joining us on other future videos.